Hello, Gemini. How are you? This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. Hope everything is great for you all. This will be a collective reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. You can watch for your inner planets, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, as well as your North Node, or any placement really that you have in Gemini. So this will be a collective reading. So as you know, they say take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force anything, but do listen to the reading in its entirety. There may be something for you at different points in the reading. We're going to start with one guardian angel guidance card here. Spirit, may we please have one card for Gemini? What would you like them to know at this time? One card, please, from their guardian angels. Okay. Opportunity. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. Okay, let's see what comes out in the tarot. But looks like there's very positive energy coming your way for a new opportunity. And Spirit saying here, any resistance you've had in the past to move towards this goal was there to help you grow. Okay. We're going to do a Celtic cross today. And I'm going to start with the Moon Baby Tarot. And then I'll be clarifying with the Star Maiden Tarot. Okay. Spirit. First card, what is the situation for Gemini? Beautiful. Wheel of Fortune. What is crossing this energy? One card, please, Spirit. Okay. And this is the opportunity. Okay. So it came up right away. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles crossing. What is in Gemini's unconscious awareness about this situation, Spirit? Well, that would make sense. We have the Moon. What is in Gemini's conscious awareness? One card, please. One card, please, Spirit. Okay. We have the Strength. What is in the recent past for Gemini, please? Okay. Eight of Cups. What is in the near future? One card, please, Spirit. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Very good. Very grounded energy. What is the energy of Gemini at this time, Spirit? One card, please. The energy of Gemini. Okay. We have the Tower. Let me move that up for you so you can see it there. What is the energy around Gemini? Spirit, one card, please. Two of Swords. What are the hopes and fears for Gemini? Page of Cups. Okay. And what is the potential outcome? One card, please, Spirit. Death. Amazing. Okay. Some big energies here, Gemini. So this is obviously going to end in some type of big transformation, potentially, if you're willing to go through that process. Okay, so we're starting here with the Wheel of Fortune crossed by the Eight of Pentacles. So it's definitely like, again, as this card said with opportunities, the universe, the divine spirit, however you look at it, they are trying to get you into this vibration where things can start moving for you at a higher vibration and bring you more of the things you're trying to achieve. Okay. I think with this Eight of Pentacles as the crossing card, you may be a little overwhelmed with the amount of work it's taking. Okay. And that's normal. That's understandable. You could have also hit just a roadblock in the ability to move forward and create momentum for yourself. Sorry if I'm a little bit tripping on my words today. I just have a little vertigo this morning, so I think once I start reading, I'll get in my flow. But it took me a little while to be able to sit down and read. Anyway, so really focusing on how you can not use your energy to create roadblocks and slow your progress down and slow your vibration down, so spirit can bring you into this productive energy, okay, where everything is coming to you with more ease, okay? As this card said with the opportunities, the roadblocks that you've had are not there to cause you challenges. They're there purposefully for learning experiences. So maybe potentially if you change your mindset about those situations as they come up, you won't be in a frustrated energy as you go through each of these challenges on your journey here. Okay. And I think whatever this is has a very, with some of the cards here, whatever this goal is, I think it has a pretty deep meaning for you. It doesn't seem like some kind of small task. All right. That's just the energy that I'm getting here. In your unconscious awareness, we have the moon, which is your unconscious, subconscious. Okay. So, what Spirit's saying here is that there are some things that you may be potentially avoiding looking at about yourself that are holding you back. And the way to overcome this obstacle, especially with the Eight of Pentacles being the obstacle, is to really start accepting yourself. Stop looking at anything about yourself that isn't what you would consider perfect as something that is bad. Okay. Really go through and go deep within yourself. And, if there's things that you'd like to change, acknowledge them, acknowledge where they originated from, right? Like for me, I know one thing that I had to work on that was very challenging was admitting when I was wrong. You know, I was raised in a way that if you did something wrong, you got in trouble. So I never wanted to be wrong about anything because I felt like I was going to get in trouble, but I couldn't really understand why I was having that reaction. So in my house, if you admitted that you broke mom's vase, you were getting on restriction. Okay. So if I screwed up on something, saying I did something wrong wasn't safe. So I avoided that all of the time. Okay. So is that an intentional behavior that I, developed to cause a problem in my life? No. But younger me thought that, when you admitted to something, you got in trouble. So I'm going to avoid that. So pay attention with things like that in your life where you can find that you're doing that. And I have found now when I admit, yes, I did screw up, I made a mistake, um, everything works out better. Life is easier just to say, yeah, I'm not perfect all the time and I do make mistakes and I screw up and it's not intentional and I'll own it and we all can move on from there. I created more problems with the avoidance. And this is what Spirit's saying here. There's some things that are deep within you that are creating more setbacks for you. And once you can identify them and start confronting them head on, you'll find that things work in a much smoother way for you. Sorry, that was a long journey to get to that. So, with the strength card and your conscious awareness, there is a part of yourself that you are working on very, very strategically here. Okay. And you are trying to work on the primal parts of yourself. Okay. And have a higher relationship with your higher self. So it's very evident here that you are doing work. Okay. It's just some of the things that I think are harder for you to acknowledge have, or maybe they're not even harder for you to acknowledge. You don't even really realize they're there. It's like you're doing the work, but there's more beneath the surface with that moon card. Spirit saying, go deeper. Okay. That simple. You're here, you're doing it, but you've got to go deeper if you really want to get this wheel moving in your favor. Okay. And again, this card confirms exactly what I'm saying here. The Eight of Cups is in your recent past. You are moving towards a higher vibration, towards your goals, and leaving challenges in the past. Okay. Especially ones that are connected to your emotions. All right. It can be a very long journey to the Nine of Cups after the Eight of Cups. And that's okay. There's lots of things you can learn on that journey if you're patient with yourself. Here, be patient with yourself. Here, be patient with yourself. Okay. One of my best friends is a Gemini, and she does, a lot of spiritual work. And she wants things to happen a lot faster than they do sometimes for some people. Everybody, develops their spirituality at a different pace. And she'll talk to me about it. And I'm Virgo, so I can be very Knight of Pentacles about it, taking my time, being very methodical about it. And, she wants things to happen faster. So you have taken the steps to move towards your happiness and leave the challenging emotional situations in the past. Be patient and slow down. There's many things to learn on the journey, okay? And Spirit's working with you and guiding you every step of the way, okay? Keep going back to that card where it says, any challenges that you face are there for you to learn from. There, it's happening, and we'll get to it in this card. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay? Be patient. And here we have, in the near future, Knight of Pentacles is you being patient. All right? Taking action in that sacral chakra in a very grounded, methodical way. This is you moving towards your opportunities and your goals with a plan, knowing where you're going, why you're going there, and what you're going to do when you get there in a very grounded way. And I think that's the key here, is really grounding yourself. And, this knight, he's sure of himself. Okay. He or she, it doesn't matter, but I'm saying he because there's a he in the picture. He knows he's got the ability to take action and move towards his goals. Okay. He's very sure of himself. All right. It's just that his approach is a little bit different than the other knights. He likes to take his time. Take your time. And we'll get clarifiers, okay? Like I said. So we'll have more confirmation on this. And here we have your energy, the Tower. Okay. I don't think this is a bad tower. I think there's a lot of things happening for you right now, especially, I believe, with this reading, probably spiritually. Okay. Understanding there's parts of yourself that need to leave the building. Okay. These are the lower, and again, we see it here, those primal responses, that primal part of us that exists. We need our primal self. Okay. If there's a building on fire, if there's, an emergency, that primal self kicks in and we step in and know we have to leave the building immediately. We don't want to discard all of our primal responses. We just want to discard the ones that we don't need to have, that we have because we're afraid and they're not logical at the time. So we don't regulate how we respond to things properly. Okay. But, again, with these two cards here, Spirit is really coming in to shake you up right now, Gemini, and get you moving, because there's some aspect, of yourself that you've reached a point where it's time to rebuild again. Okay. It's time, if you've done it in the past or this is your first time, it's time to rebuild yourself into a stronger version, a more knowledgeable version, a more, higher vibrational version of yourself. Okay. And I don't think that this tower is about something bad happening. I think this is the epiphany moment. This is the realization that it's time now to take this action. And we have the odds there. And that's another aspect of this card that shows you that it's divine intervention. Okay. Sorry, my Sicilian hand just came out there. Okay. Spirit's coming in to help you get moving out of this spot. But the thing about it is that they're saying you need to slow down a little bit because you're getting yourself overwhelmed with the time that it's taken for everything to happen. The energy around you, the Two of Swords. And usually this card would be the people around you, or, it can be the spiritual vibration around you. And I do think that around you, this is more of a spiritual vibration than people, but it will be different for everyone. I don't, the settings in these two cards are looking very similar to me. And we have moons in the background, but different. The mountains are in the distance and we have the bodies of water. So, there's just a very similar energy when I'm looking at them right now. And, I just think Spirit is saying to you that it's time to stop avoiding, take the blindfold off. We're always walking into the unknown when we make changes in our life. All right. And, you know, I think especially with this Eight of Pentacles being the challenge, um, the way that you're viewing different things right now is becoming, sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's logical, sometimes it's helping you take action in your masculine energy, sometimes it's helping you work with your intuition in your feminine energy. I think Spirit is saying, calm down. Okay. I mean, this person is sitting here, they're not taking action, but they're definitely in a place where they can be in their mind overwhelmed, overthinking things. So they don't make a move. They're stagnant. They're holding themselves still here. If you put the swords down and you take the blindfold off, you'll see that everything is not as overwhelming as it feels right now. Okay. So don't get yourself, especially in your mental state, overwhelmed. And I say that to my girlfriend all the time because, again, she's Gemini, I'm Virgo. And, Virgos keep their anxiety on the inside and inside their head, where Geminis tend to show it on the outside. You can see their mental overwhelm. And we talk about that a lot. And so just kind of try to find ways, even if it's a meditation or taking a walk, find ways to get yourself to take a breath and get yourself through this, because there's a lot of things here that show you're doing the right thing. Okay. The hopes and fears. I believe this is a hope. Okay. And this is the Page of Cups, throat chakra, heart chakra. We want to start talking to ourselves in a very loving, supportive way, mothering and loving that inner child, okay, that I was talking about earlier. But this is a new way of you being in your emotional state, and you're still a student at it. But with this being a hope, I see that you're very willing to step into this energy, okay, especially moving away from um, emotionally unfulfilling situations in the past. This is you walking towards your new life in the way that you experience emotional fulfillment. Okay. It's exciting. It's new. It's something to have a very positive energy about and be hopeful about. So just stay hopeful and stay curious about your emotional state and other people's emotional state, and how, especially, you can speak to yourself and guide yourself through this in a very loving, supportive way. And then here it is. This is the energy that's available to you at the end of this journey, that huge transformation. Okay. Again, it takes time, it takes work. Our healing is never linear. We have some setbacks and then we go back up again, but the lows kind of get higher as we keep working and moving forwards. So, this is your opportunity for this huge transformation that gets everything moving you towards these opportunities that spirit is trying to guide you to and bring into your life. Okay? It's the death card is a huge transformation, and it includes, okay, letting some parts of ourselves go. That's okay. We have to kind of evolve, and we can't bring every aspect of ourselves with us. So be open minded and realize that as we evolve in our life, and especially if this is some type of spiritual path for you, we have to discard parts of ourselves that no longer serve us. Okay. And that is absolutely part of the process. In my death card experience, and the very main part of me transitioning into a more spiritual version of myself, there was a lot of ugly crying and a lot of realizations. And I'm grateful that I had them. But at the time, they felt very overwhelming. That's okay. We get through it. It's happening to you, not it's happening for you, not to you. You have to understand that all of the challenges we face are opportunities for us to grow. Okay? So there it is, the transformation. So let me get some clarifiers from this Star Maiden Tarot. Okay. Spirit. I almost feel like this reading doesn't need clarifiers, but I'm going to do it anyway. Spirit, can you please clarify this Wheel of Fortune for Gemini? One card, please. Two of Wands. Okay. Spirit is trying to help you, especially with this Wheel of Fortune, guide you in the right direction to all of the opportunities. Okay. These wands, those are your opportunities. There's so much potential. There's the whole world at your fingertips here. And Spirit is trying to get you into this area of growth, opportunity, expansion. Jupiter. Okay. And Jupiter just left your sign. Okay. They just moved into Cancer. So we're still in that period where it's only just moved into Cancer. So you're still in the energy of Jupiter being on your side. So understand that it's time to start, instead of getting yourself overwhelmed in the tasks and all the things you're trying to accomplish, one step at a time, choose which path at this fork in the road is the right path. As you get to another path, choose the right direction at that point. You don't have to choose everything at once, one at a time. Okay. Spirit, please clarify this Eight of Pentacles for Gemini. The Fool. You're working towards a brand new start, the end of this fool's journey for you. Okay. Keep yourself in as light of an energy as you possibly can. This fool does not sweat the small stuff. Okay. He's just kind of walking on his path, going, all right, like I'm doing this one way or another. So if I hit an obstacle, I'm not going to get overwhelmed. I'm just going to keep going. All right. He packs lightly. He doesn't take a lot of things from the past. He doesn't take a lot of worries about the future. He just keeps moving forward, no matter what gets in his way. All right. So if you hit an obstacle, okay. And also, like I said, you don't have to take it so seriously. I know you're trying to accomplish something here. It's the Eight of Pentacles. You're trying to perfect it. Okay. But taking a lighter attitude is really going to raise your vibration, because when you start getting frustrated, you lower your vibration and then you find more obstacles. If you're lighthearted about it, you're keeping yourself in a high vibration, and you'll find that you will receive less obstacles. Okay. Enjoy the process. This is a huge, huge opportunity for you to start an entire new way of being. This is the Fool card. Spirit, Can you please clarify this moon card for Gemini? Okay, Five of Pentacles. So, what Spirit's telling me here is that in that subconscious, in that unknown of what's holding you back and creating conflict for you, is you have a fear about, it could be resources, it could be about having the ability to actually achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. The pentacles are our feeling of safety and security and groundedness. Okay, so in this, there's more than likely a fear that you're really not aware of, that you can do it and you can keep it all together while you're in the process. Okay, a lack of confidence in yourself. And no, have confidence in yourself. Just because there's a setback doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. That's just part of growing. Okay, so try to, when you get into this fear state that you're not going to be able to secure things for yourself or keep yourself safe or keep yourself grounded, take a time out, okay? And realize that you can do anything you want to do. If the people in this world are accomplishing amazing things, and you're certainly just as capable as anybody else to accomplish whatever this opportunity is that you have in mind for yourself, okay? Don't give up on yourself. Don't abandon yourself. Okay. This is a card of abandonment. And I feel like, I don't think your fear is about other people abandoning you. That might have happened in the past, but this is Spirit saying to me, Gemini, on this growth process, don't abandon yourself. Okay. Be strong for yourself. You can do this. Strength card. Okay. Spirit, can you please clarify the strength card for us? One card, please. Woof, that flew. The moon. The strength card is clarified by the moon. This is what's holding you back from fully moving into the energy of your higher self. What you have in this unconscious, subconscious moon energy. Okay. And we had the Five of Pentacles there. It's a huge thing that Spirit wants you to focus on right now. Okay. Don't give up on yourself. You can do this, even if it feels challenging. All right. But spend time in the hard places. Spend time in the deep places of yourself. Okay. Because that's where the magic is. Healing those is where the magic is. That's where you transform. And that's where you move into the energy of your higher self. Okay. This is some big energy, Gemini. I don't know what you guys are going through, but it's absolutely some big, big energy. Okay. Spirit, please clarify the Eight of Cups for us. One card, please. Four of Wands. Okay. So what you're trying to move into is this beautiful, high vibrational energy, a very spiritual energy, right? This is the 1111 card. All right. And this is where we are surrounded by all of, and very connected to this Wheel of Fortune, all of this mirrored energy, okay, where we're celebrating people, they're celebrating us, people are able to form more balanced unions, more balanced relationships, more balance in your work life, in all aspects of your life, really, okay, because you've done the work to bring yourself around people that are in a high vibration, and you're all mirroring each other's energy, celebrating each other, okay? Balancing each other out. It's absolutely beautiful energy that you're walking towards here. All right? Keep walking. It may take time. You know, maybe some of these mountains are really difficult climbs. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. This Five of Pentacles, Gemini. Do not abandon yourself. You've got this. All right? I absolutely believe in you. This is a beautiful energy to be walking towards. All right. And it's the energy that means so much to you. It gave you the courage to get on this journey. Okay. So, Spirit, Can you please clarify this Knight of Pentacles for Gemini? One card, please. Amazing. If you take your time and slow down and stay grounded, moving towards this goal, this opportunity, absolute success. And again, it's victory, because this is a card where people are celebrating each other, okay, as a group and family, community, whatever it may be for you. This is where now you've done the work and raised your vibration in such a high way that all these people that you're celebrating with here notice your achievements, notice how much work you've done. They're acknowledging you and putting that victory wreath on you. Okay? This is major growth, especially in your energy as you're trying to do with that strength card, bring yourself to your high vibration. This is quite an achievement, Gemini. Good for you. Okay? There's so much supportive energy for you here, and I love to see it. Moving into your Four of Wands energy, community, friends, family, holding you up and saying, you did it, Gemini. You did it. You achieved it. Absolutely beautiful. And by slowing down and sticking to the plan and not getting overwhelmed in your head and staying grounded, you achieve what you want. Not by trying to do things fast and rush things and get frustrated. By slowing down, you achieved more. Slow and steady wins the race. I love this for you, Gem. Okay, Spirit, please clarify this Tower. One card, please. Amazing. High Priestess. Okay? Dropping and letting go of all of the energies that are no longer serving you within yourself. This Tower represents us. Okay? Brings you into such a beautiful, high vibrational, feminine energy where you don't have to blindfold yourself anymore like here, okay? You can face the truth. The High Priestess is not afraid of the truth, no matter how hard it may be. She can handle very difficult things to process, okay? But another thing that Spirit is telling me to share with you, she doesn't do it with an overactive mind. She does it by slowing her mind down, okay? And listening to the small intuitive nudges that Spirit gives her, okay? Beautiful, beautiful connection with yourself and trusting yourself, the absolute opposite of abandoning yourself, okay? Absolute opposite. This is full connection with yourself, full connection with that third eye chakra, full connection with that heart chakra. Absolutely amazing, amazing relationship with yourself. The High Priestess has that in spades. Okay? This is what you can achieve when you start letting the parts of yourself that are no longer serving you, that are not rock solid and have been built on a, as I hate to be cliche, on a very rocky foundation. Okay? You build yourself into this all knowing, beautiful, intuitive High Priestess. Amazing. Okay. Spirit, can you clarify the Two of Swords here? Nine of Wands. Okay. And this might be the energy that is keeping you in kind of a place where decision making is getting overwhelming. Okay. We're holding on to a lot of things right now that leave us feeling wounded, right? This is our wounded warrior card. This is when, we're allowing things to stall our energy and ability to move forward, draining our energy. Things from the past we might need to heal, or current relationships. It'll be different for everyone. And it inhibits our ability to grow because we're using our energy in the wrong ways. Okay. Some healing work to do. And then you're become more clear when you're sitting here making decisions. Your mind will become more clear on your path. There's some definite healing work to do with our wounds, but we know that. We've already talked about that in some of our discussions about the cards. Okay. Especially when it's things that are, when you're dealing with your energy, it will be the things that are stalling your motivation, stalling your self-esteem, stalling your courage, stalling your motivation. I don't know if I already said that. Somebody just walked in the back door, so I got a little distracted. So pay attention to those things while you're in your moon space. Okay. Ask yourself, okay, have I been around too many energy vampires? Have I allowed myself to put my energy into the wrong relationships or people, or even with your relationship with yourself? Have you spent too much time having negative self-talk, as I was talking about here, instead of building yourself up? Acknowledge it. Learn where those parts of yourself are and start healing them. So instead of using these wands to protect yourself, takes a lot of energy from you. You can use those wands as an effort to help your growth process. Okay. And then you start gaining momentum as you heal one. Oh, look at what I did. I'm very proud of myself. You move on to the next one. Wow, I healed that. Even if you didn't heal it all the way, you have a better relationship with it. Gives you a lot of wands here, a lot of opportunities to see what you're made of and what you can do for yourself. And each one that you work with and acknowledge and do the healing work with, you build more belief and energy to work on yourself more and more and more and more. Okay? Keep that in mind. Okay. Spirit, please clarify the Page of Cups. One card, please. Didn't come out. Page of Cups. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the Page of Cups we have here. The Five of Cups. All right. And this is a very different Five of Cups. And it goes back to what we're walking away from. And this is you accepting the cup here. Okay. This Five of Cups, it is, a card of disappointment and grief and sorrow. But this is when we say, excuse me, self, we deserve more than these Four of Cups, these unfulfilling cups in relationships that we have to walk away from. Okay. We deserve more. This is you making the decision to turn around and start a new way of love. Okay. What fulfills me emotionally? And listen, it starts with you loving yourself. If you don't love yourself, there's not one thing that anybody around you can do to convince you that you are worthy. Okay. So this is a relationship that starts with you learning how to love you. And if everything in the past has seemed unfulfilling, hasn't really been um, feeling genuine, or feeling like maybe it's too much work or whatever it may be for you, okay? It's time to start with the simple act of learning how to love yourself, and everything else will fall into place, all right? New way. You'll be surprised. You see that fish there, of how much your relationships change when you learn to love yourself first. And then we have this Death card here. Let's clarify that. One card, please, Spirit. Please clarify the Death for Gemini. Goes back to the Two of Swords. Okay? No more fear. No more putting the blindfold on. Okay? The big transformation is going to come when you take off this blindfold and realize you're in the driver's seat. Okay? It's not about what other people are doing. Are they being nice? Are they being supportive? Or are they causing a problem in your life? Are they not, what's the word I'm looking for? Trustworthy. It's about your relationship with yourself. Okay. And when you realize that when you put yourself first and put yourself on the pedestal, what's happening around you doesn't really matter anymore. You learn to build those boundaries because you're putting yourself first. And I just think that there's been a little bit of confusion with that for you. So we're transforming into a person who's very clear on what they want. They know who they are. They're very balanced in their ability to work with their masculine brain, their feminine brain. That would be the ability to take action and use their logical mind. And with that feminine energy, to trust their intuition, to be a nurturer for themselves and others, and connect to their emotions. Okay, this you're going to be extremely balanced in your energies and have that clarity. And you're not going to be afraid to see the truth. You're not going to have this moon card in your unconscious energy anymore. Okay, that's what that death card is providing for you. A lot of clarity and no more fear about what's in front of you. So let's grab one angel number, oracle, for you and see what the angel number has to say. Okay, one card for Gemini, please, Spirit. Yep. 427, authenticity. What it's all about, being the authentic you. Loving yourself, seeing how much you have to offer, and being brave, you know? Everyone suffers from distrust and insecurity from time to time. Luckily, your angels are well aware of the depth of your inner fortitude. This is a sign of hope and encouragement, especially if you're doubting your abilities. Sorry, I have an itch on my face. Stay true to yourself. Pay attention to your instincts and your gut feelings. Your body will tell you when something isn't right for you. Be sure that what you do feeds your soul. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Stay true to yourself. Learn to love yourself. Don't abandon yourself with that Five of Pentacles. Be patient and take your time. Okay, this is the Blue Angel Oracle, which I absolutely love. Okay, one card for Gemini about their journey here, Spirit. Okay. Let's see. These cards are so pretty. This is number 28, and this is protection. Okay. Beyond the storm. Storms will come and go. Every dark cloud will clear. Beyond every storm, there is a clear sky. The sun will shine once more. So look beyond the current situation. There is nothing to fear, for I, Archangel Michael, will protect you and keep you from harm. You cannot avoid the current situation, so let it come and go. There is nothing you have done to create it. Sometimes storms just appear. They are part of nature, of human nature also. There is light within darkness. Look beyond the storm. There is already a clear blue sky in the distance. The sun shines even when we cannot see it. Trust that all is unfolding as it should. Within each moment, there is love. Though it may not be obvious, love is always present. Beautiful, beautiful message. Gemini, this is such a great opportunity for you to grow and build a relationship with yourself and a trust with yourself. I'm so happy to see that you stepped in and realized it was time to move into a new energy. Stay focused and work on the things here that Spirit pointed out as some obstacles that may present themselves. This is a huge transformation and a huge opportunity for you. Okay? You're protected, but we're walking towards this authenticity. Okay? You've got this. Thank you so much for being here. Please, if this did resonate with you, I'm a new channel. If you could subscribe, comment, or like, that would be very helpful for me. I would appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon, Gemini. Bye-bye.